Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. Happy Monday to you, and a wonderful weekend too as well. I hope you had a great one. What we're going to do is take a quick look here at the Bitcoin, kind of obviously see where we're at here with liquidation, delta, etc., and just kind of get some gauge on the back end liquidation levels. I think this will really help us understand kind of where we're at, because we are in a support range. This 107 and 108K range is a lot of support, but these candles are pretty aggressive and volume is starting to increase to the downside. I'm willing to guess that we're probably going to go down a bit further. This feels kind of like a late, basically a late long trap here. So let's take a look. First of all, back in liquidation, we can see 107K here locally. Let's actually make this a little easier to see. When we look at 107K, that is kind of the area of concentration there locally. So 107 makes sense for a pivot or a bounce. That was my original consideration for a long prior to the weekend or leading into the weekend. We saw like 107.5 never truly got filled. Price ran up to almost 110K and got rejected there. We're seeing a lot of resistance at 110 as well. Either way you look at it here, locally we see a heavier concentration on the downside, all concentrated in closer to the larger numbers. So 104, 105, 106, and 107K each have kind of a pretty decent chunk of liquidation, somewhere in the range of 5 to 10 billion. Now we take a look at the macro. This is pretty glaringly obvious, but we've known this for a while. 110 to 111, close approximate 110 to 112 is that area of liquidation above the price. So we are likely to see the price shoot up to hit that level in the relative near future, but it would make a little bit more sense for the price to continue lower based on liquidation short delta still remaining higher to the downside. And this is interesting. Look how many more shorts we have in the market right now. However, the price action came up to almost 110K over the weekend. It's exactly why low volume weekends are not ideal trading conditions, because we got a lot of trade alerts here too, in case you didn't notice, basically telling us that we got a lot of manipulation over the weekend. There's two unusual activity, unusual buying activities sometime yesterday, as well as in the afternoon. So anyways, just some things to be mindful of. Taking a look here at open interest though, we can see that open interest is heavy at 108 and 110. As per usual. However, if we do lose 108, there's a decent chance we see 106 to 105K next. That just seems like a very distinct likelihood at this point, considering just the momentum to the downside and just how aggressive the selling pressure is. So looking at the daily time frame, this is just a quick summary. You have to know that Bitcoin is doing well in the overall sense. We're still above all moving averages. We're still in a position as well where we're over 50 in the RSI. These are mostly positive signs, right? So until we truly lose that, we got to presume the price is going to continue higher up. That's generally the concept. But money flow index is starting to pull back. Stochastic swinging down for the second time. Those are significant momentum shifters, as well as the fact that MACD is diverging and stochastic as well. And we just lost 50 in the RSI in the 4 hour. So these are early diverging signs here, letting us know that going down makes more sense than going up. Now, are we going to drop to like a rock? Probably not, but I do think that we are due to hit that 106 to 105K range, just based on that being the local bottom, as well as significant fair value gap there and the liquidation. So there's more incentive for the price to go down than to go up at this exact moment. That's kind of the concept there. So hopefully that makes sense in how I describe that. I know it's not an exact science right now, folks, and I can tell you these the market, the way that it's moving right now, is very, very difficult to gauge. So don't feel like you're out on your own or anything there, because it's just one of those things where a lot of folks are having difficulty kind of figuring it out right now, because there's so much manipulation. Things get really weird when you get really close to all-time highs, and also these fundamental catalysts too. Like I think there was a pause on tariffs. That's why the price shot up over the weekend. So just a lot of random stuff happens right now, and it's really hard to anticipate. So don't get down on yourself if you're having difficulty trying to find entries. And if you're part of our community, yes, we're having less signals right now, but it's a safer play. We don't want to try to overdo it, because there's just a lot of conflicting factors, and it's difficult to want to trade with confidence right now. Cool. So just want to let you know that all good either way, right, folks? Anyways, hope you have a good rest of your day. We'll post a playout chart on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. It looks a little something like this if you're not familiar. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks again so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. And join us over at Bitunix too, folks. Phenomenal exchange. Link down below for all that. Have a good rest of your day. We'll see you again soon. Take care.